Hello and welcome to Whitney in the Cotswolds. We are here to test these adventure bikes. Basic spec adventure bikes. No bells, no whistles, no heated seats, no quick shifters. These are the base spec bikes. So a lot less money and a lot less technology on board. But they are still very good bikes. And we have a 100 miles route across the Cotswolds to see exactly how good they are. So the bikes we are testing are Triumph Tiger 900. We have the rally version, so it's the lower one of the two rally versions. Triple engine, 900cc, 11,700. It's a pretty decent bike. The second one is Suzuki V-Strom, the 1050 new for this year, and it's the cheapest one of the lot, under 10 grand. Then we have Kawasaki Versys. It's the biggest, heaviest, most powerful of the lot. It's got the 4-cylinder engine and it's the most sport touring-y of the adventurers. And last but not least, we have the Africa Twin, parallel twin, and it's the most expensive of these bikes. It's £13,000, but it is still the basic package. So the weather's not getting any better, we better go and ride.
To help us with this test, Kais have kindly supplied us with some gear. We've got the G701 gloves, brand new for this year. We've got a V501 vest, and Mikko's wearing the J501 jacket.
Okay, we're at Broadway Tower. We started in Whitney this morning. We went through Bolton on the water. Lovely little village, proper Cotswold, little stone bridges. There's the Cotswold Motoring Museum there. And it's really nice and sunny now. It hasn't been. All morning it's been miserable, really wet. But it's beautiful now.
Beautiful now, and very thankful for the Kais kit so far. That's keeping me warm and toasty. I've got my, even though we're not riding, I've just got my heated vest on right now, just staying toasty, so that's good.
It's also been interesting to notice the bikes. Weather protection on them is quite different. I like the Triumph. It really keeps you out of the wind and water.
Yeah, so the little fairings along the side there just seem to deflect it off your legs a little bit, which is great. It's just sort of what they're designed for, isn't it? They should be capable of dealing with the worst of the weathers, but the Triumph seems to be exceptional at that. I mean, I've been riding this V-Strom and I'm loving that. Obviously it's the cheapest of the bunch. It's just shy of 10 grand, and it's basic. I'll not pretend that it's not, but it's just a fantastic bit of kit. It does everything. Obviously, you're missing some of the kit. You're missing some of the high spec stuff, but I don't know if it matters necessarily.
No, it's a perfectly capable bike. And the Kawasaki is more like a sports tourer.
Definitely.
The two with the big front wheels, the Africa Twin and the Triumph, they feel more like adventure bikes.
Yeah.
And then the V-Strom, I think, is somewhere in between.
I think you're probably right, yeah. Yeah, so we're about halfway round, I think. Just stopped for a coffee and tea cake and some scones, so that's good. So we're refueled and ready to go exploring the rest of the Cotswolds, and yeah, hopefully the sunshine hangs around.
So Dave, we've been on big roads, small roads, sunshine, rain. You've spent most of the time on the Honda.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Really enjoyed it. I mean, the Honda has got all the different rider controls, the TFT screen. The screen's lovely, and it's not a necessity. And as a basic model, it's got more stuff than the other basic models, and the price reflects that, I guess. But no, there's no reason why you should choose a Honda over any others as a basic model. But you know, they're all motorcycles. They've all got enough to make them a motorcycle. Do you need anything more than that? I guess you can argue that. Some people want all the toys, all the bells, all the whistles. If I had to pick one, it would be the Triumph. But there's other bits I've missed, and so yeah, I'm still sitting firmly on the fence.
So you love it?
I love it, absolutely love it. Old Diddy Legs here, you know, can get his leg over this one reasonably well. Unfortunately, the Triumph is just too tall for me. I'd love to try it, but it's too tall. But the other bikes, I can manage them, I've tried them. I like the Honda, I like the V-twin, but this Kawasaki, it's got so much grunt of all the bikes. It's perhaps, I don't know how you reckon, Ross, but I reckon it's probably the nimblest of them. It's the heaviest, but it's the nimblest.
A brilliant day, covered some glorious roads. It was miserable this morning. Thankfully the weather sort of brightened up this afternoon. We've seen a little bit of sunshine. It's still not quite dry out there, but that's been a perfect opportunity to try the heated kit. Those new Kais gloves, I've never really got into heated kit before, but I'm definitely a convert. So it's the G701 brand new gloves. Brilliant, really impressive them.
And it makes sense on bikes like this where only one of them had heated grips.
Yes, that was a Triumph. The concept is we were testing the basic models of these adventure bikes and seeing if there's anything that we'd miss from the top spec models.
Yeah, because the top spec ones you would have, with the Kawasaki, you would have a quick shifter and cornering lights and electronic suspension, which makes it a very different kind of bike. But did I miss any of that? Not really.
No, I don't know if you think about that stuff really.
I mean, you would have it if it was there.
Yeah, sure, thanks. Yeah, that'd be great. But
I didn't ride around thinking,
oh, I'm really missing that corner in ABS.
That's it, yeah. Or if this suspension was electric, this would be a better bike.
Yeah.
Because the suspension was really good. And you have that remote preload adjuster. So if you put luggage on or a pillion on, it's probably quicker to just turn that than go through the menus. And
well, exactly. Although it's lovely to be able to do it electronically from the click of a button.
Yeah. Like I say, if it was there, you would have it. But
yeah. If you can save yourself a few quid and not miss it.
Yeah, exactly.
That seems quite sensible to me.
Okay, so the bikes that we had are basic spec, but we have heated kit. I have a heated jacket.
Yeah, and I've got a heated vest. We've both got a set of heated gloves.
Yeah, so we don't necessarily need heated grips and other accessories that the top spec bikes come with. No,
and I think interestingly that the money that you'd save on not buying the top spec then allows you to buy the heated kit and spec your bikes out as you'd want them to. And you'd still have a fair bit extra to spend on a bit of fuel for a trip. A fuel for a trip, the holiday, yeah, you've got a hell of a tour for some of the different, I mean,
it's not an insignificant sum of money.
It's not. So yeah, I mean, a couple of grand are across the board, really. I mean, obviously there's a difference between the bikes as well. So
yeah.
The V-Strom's down at just shy of 10 grand, and then the Africa Twin's the most expensive. In the current spec, you've got it in the...
This is the basic one that we have. So this is the 13,000 one.
Yeah, 13,039, something like that. So yeah, I mean, that's 3 grand right there.
That's
obviously it's a much more sophisticated bike than the V-Strom, but then you could add another couple of grand on top to get all that kit, which you can do a hell of a lot with. Yeah,
that would be a big family holiday, or maybe not a family holiday, maybe a big bike trip with the mates.
I think a big bike trip with the mates makes sense to me. Yeah, definitely.
So in an ideal world, we would have the top spec bikes, no question. But in the real world, with real money, these bikes are just as good. They're the same bikes with less bells and whistles, and you save a load of cash. No brainer.
Exactly, yeah. Easy decision. Let's have these ones.
Yeah.